a year and 3 days ago, I bought the fucking machine that is the Speed 3, right? Dream car, I fucking loved it. Anyways, today is the 1 year ownership review. We got to talk about everything, you know, the reliability. Is a Speed 3 reliable after 1 year of ownership? The maintenance I've had to do, all the mods I've done to it. What do I think of the car after 1 year ownership? Let's go. So in terms of mods, there isn't too much, right? So with the high pressure fuel pump, the Diamond rear motor mount on it, we have the chain suspension with the 370Z wheels, we deleted the blow-off valve, we deleted the SWAS system, we put solid shifter bushings in there with the halos, the AliExpress body kit. Fuck, it's actually sexy. We had a few different tail lights in it, classy dip on the front end, then we did some interior accents and trim and all that. It's all right. And then, oh my god. Fuck. Fucking stone things. Jesus. This video has been painful for both me and the fucking camera guy, so fucking like the video. You know, if we look at pictures of before and after, it looks pretty nice now, I think. Like, I think it looks pretty fucking good, I'm not gonna lie. Also at home, I've got a white line rear sway bar and a white line anti-lift kit ready to go in. Let's go down here. Now what a lot of people are quite interested in is the reliability. You know, after 1 year of ownership, how reliable is a Mazda Speed 3? These cars have got a interesting reputation in terms of reliability. So I think we'll start first by talking about what was already wrong with the car when I bought it, because I don't think you should count that, because it didn't happen within the year. But anyways, transmission mount was pretty fucked, and then I learned manual in it, and totally destroyed it. Like, it was seriously made of Bluetooth after I was done with it. The compliance bushing had, you know, like some small cracks in it, and now it is completely fucked. Aside from that, it was the PCV valve, right? That was fucked. So it was, yeah, that didn't happen within the year, so I don't think you should count that. But moving on to stuff that did happen within the year and problems it did have. But it's only ever led to a moment where I've like had a problem while I'm out once, if that makes sense, right? So I was driving around with my friend and I was telling them, right, you know, that this car's right. It's never broken down. It's never had any problem like that, right? It's solid. It's never gonna have a problem.
Are you sure about that?
And then there was smoke coming out of the engine bay, and there was coolant everywhere on the ground. The coolant hose had split, but it was fine, right? Just heater on, water in, drive it the way home, fixed it, 50 bucks. That's fine. I don't really care. Another thing that happened was a fuel leak under the high pressure fuel pump. Now, that's probably just because like I was the one that put the high pressure fuel pump internals in there, so if I hadn't modified that, it probably wouldn't have leaked. And that was just as simple as tightening a bolt. Oh, and also when I put the Diamond rear motor mount in it, the old one did have a crack in it. It wasn't really that problematic. But yeah, aside from that, it's been fucking mint. Like, I think that's pretty all good for, you know, a mid-2000s turbo hot hatch. You can't fucking complain with that. Like, that is all good. I will, yeah. But yeah, like, also keep in mind, I don't baby that car. Like, I fucking drive it, and, you know, obviously I maintain it well, but, you know, that's all that's gone wrong. I did a compression test a couple months back, and it was all, like, identical across every cylinder. It's a fucking beast, man. So talk about maintenance now. The first thing I did was an oil change back a while ago, and it sort of needs another one now. We also did, like, you know, like the little carbon cleanup cans, the intake valves. We did that as well. We also did the rear brake pads really recently because they're fucking bald as shit. Yeah, that's sort of all it's had in a year. So yeah, it's really, you know, people say, oh, it's so unreliable, it requires so much maintenance. It's really not that bad. Like, if you had an Evo, an SR, Subaru, or, you know, anything else like it, it'd be the same sort of thing. There was one problem that was a bit more serious than everything I've talked about so far, and that is with oil burning. Now, I first got it, you'd rev it and it would blow a bunch of blue smoke. It was on 5W30, I switched to 5W40, and that cleared a lot of it up. But it was still blowing smoke. So we had the PCV valve with Jonathan Fletcher, shout out to him, Johnny Parts NZ if you need. OBM Mazda parts them up. That cleared a lot of it up. So it still did smoke. I'm pretty sure now it is the turbo. It's not valve stem seals. Done a compression test, that's all good. Apparently it did have a new turbo when I got it. But they're that shit anyway that I wouldn't be surprised if it is another bad turbo. However, I do think it's on the exhaust side because there's like not really any oil through the intercooler or anything. Runs fine. Just gotta top it up with oil. Like, oh, might go down here. But now onto my impressions of, I still love it so much. I love it so much. Like, a year on, it's still fucking amazing. It's so enjoyable to drive. Like, everything about it, it's got that mechanically satisfying feel, like the steering, the clutch, the shifter. When you turn in, the handling, everything, it just, you can feel everything and it's satisfying, and I feel like it's that perfect balance of mechanical and capable. There's things like, in terms of speed, right? When I first got it, I was literally blown away with how fast it was. Wow! Holy! Bro, there is the fattest person sitting on that bench back there.
Put that on a video.
I am going to put that in a video. Insanely wide. She's fucking enormous, but she's still probably a healthier weight than I am. Back to what I was saying, right? This obviously doesn't feel that fast anymore, but it's still like, if you haven't driven in a while and you fucking boost it second gear, you're like, holy shit, that thing's pretty quick. I mean, I'm you know, sort of highway speeds, it's not as impressive, obviously, but yeah. In the rain, you'll be blowing off the tires in all like fourth gear. Everything about it, right? I mean, obviously you get driving them in stock form, like any basically front wheel drive or all wheel drive car from the factory. Like they do understeer a bit, you know. The point is, I'm still very fucking happy. It is practical, it is fast, it is fun to drive. It looks sexy as fuck. What more could you fucking want? I guess it's sort of one thing, like, you know, it'd be cool to be able to do skids again. My only regret with my old car, really, is that I just didn't do a bunch of skids, really, in it. Just because I was scared of, you know, fucking hitting a curb. If you're thinking about getting one, thinking, you know, front-wheel drive, not really a fan, don't worry. I fucking love front-wheel drive so much now. You know, the wheels spin up so much easier. You know, you put your foot down, you got that torque steer. They're nimble, they're agile, they're light, they're just so fun. It's just that, you know, front-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive are very different. It's not necessarily that one's better than the other. You know, you can still do fucking handbrake turns, handbrake burnouts. You can still, you know, go around a corner, whip up the handbrake, slide it round. Trust me, it's still fucking fun as shit. Like, I love the fact that it's front-wheel drive. The first year of Mazda Speed 3 ownership has been a fucking blast. It has gone perfect. I couldn't imagine it being any more better. This thing has been so fun to own, so fun to drive, so fun to modify. I've made so many friends from it, close friends, even more than friends, literally. Like, here's to a fucking another year of owning that beautiful machine. But yeah, like and subscribe and all that bullshit. Follow me on Instagram, and we'll see you next time for something. Goodbye.